Clover Health has been seeing some interesting price action as of late, and we're going to be talking about today how I think it could be reaching support. Let's talk about all the technicals and news related to this stock today and a variety of other factors. Make sure to watch to the very end of this video so you don't miss any part of my analysis, but other than that, let's get right into it. Alrighty guys, here we are with Clover Health Investments. As you can see here, we're sitting about $8.22 per share, down just about 0.73% on the day today. Well, of course, that was July 16th, which was Friday. Today, of course, is Saturday, July 17th. Just to give you a little update on where we're at currently with the price action. Pretty red day, unfortunately, on Clover Health, ending lower than we began the day. Had a really crazy rally here up into the 840, 850 level, but just could not hold that and continued on a downtrend for the rest of the day. We're going to get into, obviously, much more in-depth version of these technicals here in the later part of the video. I wanted to get into this news article that I think is really interesting because it says, is Clover Health a Warren Buffett stock? And you're thinking, Warren Buffett, of all people to be associated with Clover Health. Clover Health is obviously an incredibly speculative play at this point, incredibly speculative growth play. And at its lower prices and on the massive downtrend that it's been on over the past couple of months, you would think Warren Buffett, who is rather adverse to risk in the first place, wouldn't be touching this thing. But let's read into this article and see what they're talking about. If you're familiar with the Oracle of Omaha's cautious and long-term approach to investing, like I just said, the technology-heavy issuer Clover Health probably doesn't scream Warren Buffett would love the stock to you. It isn't profitable, nor does it have an extensive history of revenue growth or cost discipline. But while it's true that Buffett's traditional favorites have featured any companies devoted purely to providing health insurance, his portfolio does currently include Globe Life, which sells both life insurance and supplemental health insurance. So at least plausible that he might approve of Clover Health, provided that it fits his exacting investing criteria. Let's examine how this stock measures up. So what this article is basically saying in a short way, is that Warren Buffett might like this stock because he also is invested in certain healthcare companies in his portfolio. Now, before we get into why, obviously there is some kind of details here, and we're not going to read this whole article because I don't want to bore you guys, but I want to let everyone, or keep in mind that Globe Life, which is of course the other company that they're talking about, is also already a very large, well-established firm that has been doing this for a very long time. And Warren Buffett's favorite companies to invest in are those that not only have long-term growth, but also have a lot of value, right? The value of Globe Life is very good, just overall. And unfortunately, Clover Health is not really there yet as far as value goes. Long-term, I think this stock makes a lot of sense long-term, but I think on the short term of things, it's kind of really on a downward trend. But let's read a little bit about why they think this could kind of fit into his investing style nicely. The biggest reason why Warren Buffett might like Clover Health is that it might have a competitive moat if its business model actually works. If you're not familiar, competitive moats are factors like brand loyalty, difficulty of switching to another brand that protects the company's market share, blah, blah, blah. You guys know the deal. In short, Clover aims to administer Medicare and Medicare Advantage insurance plans to customers that have cheaper access to a wider set of covered healthcare services and providers that the competition cannot provide. To accomplish this, it plans to use Clover Assistant software platform to help healthcare providers cut down on their cost of giving care, thereby enticing them into the company's network, and then reaps the savings or more efficient service allocations and uses them to fuel further member growth of direct-to-consumer marketing. And then the rest of this article just talks a little bit about kind of why Clover does what they do, a little bit about staying healthy, networks, all that kind of fun stuff. And you guys can read obviously the rest if you'd like to, but overall, just sum this article up basically saying that, so they think that Clover Health is, of course, a disruptive company, which is more of an ARK kind of viewpoint on companies in general, which I don't think Warren Buffett cares too much about disruption. He cares more about value. And overall, I do think that yes, if Clover Health's business model does work out, this is a company that can be very, very successful in the future, as long as it can continue to expand not only its markets, but also continue to expand revenues and hopefully become profitable, because that is probably one of the largest problems that most new companies face, is becoming profitable. And of course, Clover Health is not profitable yet, not even close. But once it does, I can really see a big turnaround. But I digress. Let's get into think or swim here, and we're going to take a look at these charts and take a look a little bit about the technical analysis. Here we are on the 1 day, 1 minute chart. This was the day of July 16th, 2021. Pre-market was pretty, crazy actually. The way we ran up to about $8.07, pulled back a little bit here, and then dumped on open down all the way to about $8.13, as you can see here. Rallied up intraday, those beautiful highs we saw at about $8.50, $8.48, 49, kind of in that area. And then unfortunately, man, just could not hold these levels. Dumped the rest of the day, dumped all the way down to a low of the day on $8.11, and tried to kind of recover here into after hours, but in after hours, very stagnant. Overall, RSI sitting about the 44 level, close to 30, right, being oversold, but again, not close enough where I would call it a confirmation. We saw that happen here, where we saw the RSI get super oversold, but guess what? Stock did not care, kept dumping anyways, did not care at all. So, again, patterns tend to repeat themselves, but they don't always have to. That's something you have to keep in mind, especially in this market. MACD is too close to call here on the 1 day, 1 minute chart. Let's pull out to the 20-day chart so we can get a better idea of the trend that we've been seeing. So lots of downward pressure, right? We've seen lots of downward pressure just over the last couple of days and even month now, actually this is a 10 day, so this is, or 20 day rather. It's almost a month, give or take, about the month. We've seen a little bit of upward pressure here towards the 15.25 range, but after that high, we just could not seem to break back up there and continued on this massive downtrend in the last, weeks or so. And now we're getting to the point where this stock is, this was heavily oversold here, right on the $7.95 level. And it looks like it really wants to push a lot lower. And I know if you're a CLOV investor, that's probably the last thing you want to hear is that this stock could go a lot lower. And I'm being completely honest when I say that, because the way I look at these charts and the way that everything I'm seeing with price action, CLOV is on a negative down trend. And I keep saying, well, it might reverse off this. It might, a catalyst might affect, the way it trades this way. But overall, guys, it keeps going down. Clover Health is being pushed down quite a bit. Now, before you run to the comments and insult me and say whatever, because I know there's a lot of people who like to do that, who don't watch the rest of the video, I like this stock, okay? Please keep that in mind. Number one, I like Clover Health as a long-term growth play. Number two, Clover Health has a lot of potential, okay? So there you go. I like this stock. Just please do not run into the comments and say that I hate the stock or that I'm some guy who's paid by short sellers. That makes absolutely no sense, okay? That makes no sense at all, so please don't say that. And two, is that this stock is overall, it's just the way it's trading right now, guys. I'm not going to just, give you confirmation bias and say, oh, it's gonna explode, it's gonna go crazy, it's gonna go parabolic here in the next couple of days, because unfortunately the technicals just don't seem to allow for it right now. It's not really possible in my mind for that to happen. It's just the massive downtrend that we're on right now. If anything, it's going to stagnate a little bit, and it's going to kind of trade in a very tight consolidation pattern for a while in the $8 to $7 range. I think the bottom is about $7 to $8, give or take. It could go lower though, don't get me wrong. But again, this stock is, a victim of a short squeeze, unfortunately. And the short squeeze kind of devalued a lot of investors' positions in this, and they wanted to get out while the getting was good. And now a lot of people just aren't invested in this. So it's going to take some time for this trend to reverse, and once it does, I'll be a lot more confident in it. But for now, it's just a waiting game. It's all patience, guys. With all of these meme stocks and everything like this is all a patience game. So, of course, keep that in mind. Be aware of that, guys. I hope I have earned your thumbs up today. Let me know in the comments down below how many shares of CLOV you're holding. I really would love to know. But other than that, that is pretty much it for CLOV. I hope we have earned your thumbs up today. Please like the video, subscribe if you're new, hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video like this. Check out our WeBull link down in the description below if you guys want to pick up some free stocks with WeBull. And check out our Patreon link if you guys want to join our private Discord. But other than that, guys, that is all I have for you guys today. I'm Kyle with Finance Bro. Take it easy.